Welcome back. Marais restaurant is truly changing what it means to dine out kosher. In fact, the original mission of the restaurant to be one of the first and few that dry ages its kosher meat. The restaurant's cookbook, Marais, a rare steakhouse well done, was also authored by head chef Mark Hennessy, as well as the owner, Jose Marais, who joins us now. Jose, welcome to Midday Maryland, sir. Great to have you here.
Nice to be here.
We know you have an incredible restaurant there in Manhattan, right off Times Square. Is that right? And you've written a book about steak. We're going to prepare some steak here in the kitchen. Tell us what makes you guys so different in the way you prepare things.
Well, the main thing was we were one of the first ones to really age the beef in the kosher world. In the non-kosher world, most of the wholesalers, they age the beef for you. On the kosher world, they don't. So most of the restaurants were not doing that, and that's the reason people perceive kosher beef as being very tough and dry, because they would not age the beef. So you come up with that, and that's what it makes make us successful.
Yeah, aging that beef, and also we're going to get into this, but seasoning it. You say, hey, don't be shy with the seasoning, right? Okay. Yeah. So how are you preparing here today? I know we've got...
Well, I'm going to do the steak. I'm going to show you a more modern way to do it, and I think it's idiot-proof. Okay. And the temperature of the steak comes up always perfect the way you want it.
That's the key with steak, is get that temperature correct.
Exactly. Yeah. This is Joule. It's basically a thing that eats your water at a precise temperature, and you cook the steak in a Ziploc bag. I know that it sounds weird for most people, cooking a steak on a Ziploc bag, but it works wonderful. And at the end, when it's cooking, you sear it. You give a nice crispy to it.
So that device is keeping that water at a precise temperature, say 140 degrees.
140 degrees is medium rare. So what you do, I will demonstrate very quick.
Sure.
You open a Ziploc bag. You put your protein, fish, meat, whatever you want.
Okay, so we're going to bag that up.
Exactly. Okay. And then you're going to put some herbs if you like. In this case, let's put some thyme. Some rosemary. You can put some garlic, you know. Okay. You add a little of you can add a little of olive oil here on the back, everything here.
All right.
And that's very simple. You're gonna let me remove this now, because this is already...
That one's been cooking.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah. You zip the bag, put on the water, and you have to open up the bag to take the air off, so there's no bubbles.
Seal that air out, okay.
Yeah, take that out. Seal, and if you have, you can put a little plate, some weight in here.
Just to keep it under the water. Okay.
In the meantime, what you have here is you're going to put a pan, very hot pan, and let's do now the searing part.
Okay. And Chef, while you do that, I know the book, there's a very strong French influence, but also some African influence, correct? Is that right?
No, most is French.
Okay, primarily French.
There's some recipes in the book that's more, I would say, some Moroccan recipes, because as you know, the French, they've been there and they left a big influence on the Moroccan cooking.
Yes.
And they adopt a lot of good Moroccan recipes.
Okay.
So basically, you're going to put a little margarine. Again, you have to remember, this is a kosher place, so we cannot use butter.
I see.
With meat.
Wow.
When the pan is hot, maybe it's a little overheated, but you know. And once you season the steak,
nice salt.
Put some salt.
Yeah. And you say don't be too shy with the salt. We know it's something we don't eat a ton of in our diet, but for the steak, you need the salt.
We need the salt. We need the salt, because the salt brings up all of the flavors to it. So.
I see. So now we're going to get a nice sear on it.
We're going to get a nice sear on. And once you get that, then you're going to carve it and you're going to see all the... Here on the side, I have some roast potatoes in duck fat.
And Chef, people that are in Baltimore and maybe make those trips to New York City, you are right there off Times Square?
Yes, right on 46th Street, between 6 and 7. Yeah,
walkable to the train station? That's great.
Walkable to all the major theaters in Times Square. It's a very, very good location.
Fantastic. Yeah, and we know your book's available as well.
Now you're going to get a nice sear to it on both sides. And once it's here, you just serve it and carve it, and you're going to see that will be...
At the very end here, we carve it up, basically, once we got the sear on.
This is a pot of tongs for barbecue, so...
And the great part is that temperature has already been prepared properly with the boiling water, or the water at the correct temperature. Yes.
So once you come here...
but at a certain temp. And here's a couple of the final product slices here. Oh, it looks so good, Chef. It smells very good, yes.
Just the perfect medium rare all the way through.
Well... Jose Marais, Marais restaurant in New York City off Times Square. You've got to check it out. Fantastic kosher aged steak. Chef, thanks so much for coming in, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic to have you here. And we are back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.